want to be a munchy boy?
Munchy boys, take out a dish. I don't know.
The edition in which we take out.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Where'd we go?
Wow, look at that. Tony B jumping right into the point. Time is money, people.
Because I'm so excited.
He's got a lot of social distancing to get back to. So we'll ignore the formalities and we'll go straight to the goods. Don't open yet. What are you doing?
I was just untying the knot.
No, can you do that? I mean,
I didn't want to tie the knot.
Where'd we go? We went to Taqueria El Rey.
The truck.
Yes, which sounds like some kind of secret city in like a Dusk Till Dawn vampire movie or something. Like, we're going to Taqueria El Rey where Cheech plays 4 different characters and there's vampires and this weird Aztecian temple.
Yeah.
Oh, Aztecian would be a little more south than that, wouldn't it?
I need to turn up my headphones. You keep rambling.
I'm going to keep rambling so Tony can turn up his headphones. So, today that we're recording this is April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
We don't want to do any April Fool's stuff that's going to be too,
taboo or awkward.
Right.
Or not funny and serious like my brother-in-law did today to us.
Should we tell everybody who's sponsoring this week's podcast?
Go ahead.
FEMA. FEMA is sponsoring this No, that's not even funny, is it? God. NASA. NASA is sponsoring this podcast.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny, right?
Yeah. I thought it was true because I got that email.
Yes. Or better yet, this podcast is sponsored by the CEO of Qdoba. He's been in my emails telling me about how much he cares about, the
little guy,
the difficult times that we're going through and stuff.
I know. Why are we getting all those emails from random companies? Like, this is what we're doing during these times. It's like, I don't need your email.
I mean, the Qdoba one is the most hilarious. And then immediately, Chipotle CEO is like, oh, flip. Now I got to actually do something too. Basically what he said, and it's like, oh, come on, it doesn't work like that, Chipotle CEO.
I know. What are they thinking?
But why do I keep saying Qdoba and Chipotle? That's a good question.
You're giving them free publicity.
I know. But what we did get today is Taco Truck.
Yeah. Now,
in the middle of global pandemic, generally Taco Truck is not something I would say is high on my list of
must-haves.
But in regular and better times, I love the Taqueria El Rey Taco Truck. I go through and get the burritos there about every single day. Obviously not every day. I'm joking there, but I do get them a lot, 3 or 5 times a week.
And I go there probably only about once every 2 months, so I'm excited.
He's got this excited look, guys and girls. So yesterday, last night, I was talking to my friend Chelsea on the telephone, and she's like, "Hey, if next time I'm in Omaha, can I be in your podcast?" And I'm like, "No, Chelsea, it's the Munchy Boys. We're boys. No girls allowed in our boys club." She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "No, I'm joking. God, of course you can be on our podcast."
Yeah, we need to start having guests. We gotta make this a little more fiery and exciting.
Right? Yeah. I mean, being a Munchy boy isn't like a gender thing. It's a way of life.
Yeah, it's a way of living.
Speaking of living, how you living, Tony?
Great. Everything's going great.
Everything's fine. Feeling fine. Thumbs up.
I got my sanitizer at my side, and everything's gonna be all right.
I got my sanitizer by my side. Are you going to tell the people about your sanitizer? He's got this.
I made it today. Listen to it shake.
Shake, 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 shake your sanitizer.
So here's my quick story. I was annoyed because, it sold out everywhere 2 weeks ago. And so me and Whitney have been sharing this tiny little bottle of sanitizer when we go places. And then today I was in the bathroom and I looked in this cupboard and I was like, wait, we have aloe and alcohol. So I followed the instructions and made it. 2/3 alcohol, 1/3 aloe.
Were you like drinking some of the alcohol while you did it? I was like, here, one for me.
Yeah,
one for you.
I was like, isopropyl. This tastes so good. I was like, this is basically just like a really cheap vodka.
Yeah.
How did I forget the word vodka?
Yeah. What is the word vodka?
Vodka. Like on American Movie. Have you seen that? Where he goes, oh, we could get some vodka.
I don't know if I've ever actually really fully seen that.
Whoa, we should watch that together.
I know that's one of your favorites.
Yeah.
But
and recently somebody else posted it as one of their favorites, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to watch that.
You got to watch the favorites, man. The classics. You got to watch.
So I'm getting food antsy. Should we open?
We should. So let's see here. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
What are you
bag.
drinking?
Well, normally if we're going to get Taco Truck and we're going to talk about it, I would get the delightful, like, lime soda stuff that they have there. But at the moment, like, opening up a cooler on the outside of a truck and reaching your hands into the ice that,
you were mitigating the risks and determining what was worth it.
So I'm going with my old standby. New Mountain Dew Zero Sugar, which tastes more like regular Mountain Dew according to the commercials.
With who?
With Bryan Cranston.
Here's Mountain Dew Zero.
Ooh.
Bryan Cranston. I don't know if we're all fully satisfied with how Breaking Bad ended, but we're fully satisfied with how your Shining commercial played out.
Without any of the sugar.
I still need to see that.
The Breaking Bad or the Shining commercial?
The Shining commercial.
Oh, okay.
And I'm having grapefruit bubbly, sparkling water. No calories, no sweetener, all smiles. Thanks for sponsoring us. Oh, wait.
And the commercial for that is actually also entertaining with Michael Bublé.
Oh, wait, is it?
I don't know.
I was like...
I mean, it could be real.
Michael Bublé. I love that the tab on this says, hey, you, with the letter U. It's like, thanks for that cute little anecdote.
Oh, hey. Thank you, corporate marketing department.
Yeah, trying to harken back to the old days of like...
back to the old days.
Of gimmicky bottle stuff. Like, remember OK Soda?
OK Soda. I loved OK Soda.
The coincidences.
Did you have friends that were getting the chain letters for OK Soda before it came out?
I forgot.
So I had at least one friend that was getting the chain letters. Because they sent out chain letters before OK came out, like everything's going to be okay.
Whoa.
And, we're all like angsty Gen X, I believe going back to the time, like this is right before Kurt Cobain was,
Kurt Co.
Was, well, let's just leave it at that. And then suddenly, OK Soda, Cola comes out and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like the design, like the packaging. Which I believe...
I love it. It was like that comic.
Who was the artist? Was it the guy that did Ghost World? Or am I just making that up? I might be making that up.
That it does have that vibe.
But yeah, the art was amazing. And until you realize it's Coca-Cola.
Did you always call to listen to the coincidences? Like they had like the 1-800 number or whatever?
Oh, you know what? I don't think I did, but I remember that, yeah.
Maybe we should
call the number.
Maybe we should edit in. I know that you can get on YouTube and listen to some of the coincidences, and they sound like this.
Hey, I don't have to go to school. I never have to get a job. But I am rather small, and I have no elbows or knees. Oh well, I'm sure things are going to be okay.
Haha.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow, that was great.
Well, it reminds me of the old days. If you want to put it in there, go ahead. If you don't, then cut ahead.
I mean, I'm assuming that we already put it in and that, otherwise, and I'm going to keep the rest of this conversation in. So anything else we say here is going to be like, guys, you didn't put anything in. You just were,
But anyway,
you stopped speaking for 20 seconds.
If you haven't heard of it, it's awesome. It was an old soda called OK Soda, and they had this thing where they had coincidences, and you had to call a number and listen to them, and I remember every kid doing that.
Well, this is only
and it was awesome.
It was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and then I was on a orange soda kick for a while, and then I wasn't.
Okay, my gut literally just went wow. So,
has your gut been watching Tiger King, Tony?
I know. I was gonna say. Speaking of that, we should talk about that a little bit because the reality is every podcast I've heard, and I'm not saying this in a copying way. Literally, everybody has been acknowledging Tiger King, whether it's a podcast. Okay, this is pathetic, but literally today, even Rush Limbaugh mentioned it. And I tune in occasionally to conservative radio just to hear what they're saying. I'm not making a judgment, but I don't actually listen to it, people. I just tune in for a minute just to see what they're saying. And he literally mentioned Tiger King in that 1 minute that I tuned in.
Now, there's two things we don't talk about here on Munchie Boys: politics and ticks.
And I didn't mention any politics, technically.
Nope.
I just said I tuned in for a minute to hear what they're saying, and they mentioned Tiger King, and I was like, oh, dear God.
Did you see David Spade's interviews?
Oh, I've watched one of them. The one with, dang it, Jeff. Jeff, the guy with the...
he did Jeff, he did Saf, the
I want to watch more.
person that was missing the arm, and
Yeah, I want to watch...
and then he did the husband that was missing the teeth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to watch the rest, because I did see one of them, the one with Jeff.
I mean, and they're actually quite fun, and he's almost kind of making fun of the people too.
Yeah.
Like, and the one with Jeff, he actually says like, yeah, Joe Dirt always gives me an in with you guys.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
And did you notice with Jeff, like, what did he do? Oh, so literally he was like, the nanny came in and sat on his lap. I was like, God, the nanny.
Since when was like David Spade the most respected journalist of our times?
I know, exactly.
I'm not going on a limb there.
Did I tell you we saw him when we were in LA at the Comedy Store?
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, it was cool. Oh my God.
What?
We got to talk about what we got, because
What happened? What happened?
I just looked at mine and was like, that's huge.
What is that? Oh my God, Tony.
That bun is bigger than the San Andreas Fault.
It ain't San Andreas' fault. I suppose we need to take pictures of what we've got going on here.
Absolutely.
Like my radioactive burrito.
When the people see this bun on photo, they're going to be like, holy hell. Okay, here's my pic. With the shining carpet in the background.
What the heck is that? Is that a deep sea clam, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a torta. So I got the asada torta, which is steak. And I got a chicken taco.
And I got the asada burrito. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, Alberto. What is oh, boy, Alberto again? A cheese? Or is that... I'm trying to think of what type of food that is.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Damn it. Ooh, let's doctor up. I'm doctoring up my taco. Damn it, I lost a piece of chicken on this tray.
I hate it when you lose chicken on the tray.
I don't trust, if anything falls on anything these days, we don't trust it. Like, normally I would just grab that and jam it in my mouth.
You can do that. I mean, that tray hasn't been touched since you had it last.
Dang it. I don't even trust my old germs.
Your old germs should definitely not be trusted. They've been hanging out on that tray.
I'm squeezing the lime over my taco.
You put the lime on the taco.
That's the one good thing. They always provide the lime. Oh, dang it.
What?
I'm wondering, did we not get any napkins at all?
I got napkins.
Oh, okay. I just didn't check the bag.
If you look in the bag that they supplied with the tacos and tortas and burritos and stuff, you'll find that there's napkins in there.
I was almost going to say that was a strike, but I was the idiot.
No, it harkens back to the old times.
I was the buffoon. I picked up the chicken. It harkens back to an old time of nostalgia, and me and my friend, when we would lay on the driveway and say aliens come down to us and stuff like that, and we genuinely believed it. Like, we were like, are the aliens going to come down?
Did they?
No, it was just us being dumb. I'm going to smell I have two sauces. One's green, one's like orangey. Ooh, I hope that one's good. I dumped it on my taco. It's pretty watery, the sauce, but hey,
the red
I like
sauce
that.
is generally my favorite, but it does look a little watery and more orangey today. It looks like it's more of a...
But hey, I like that. I don't mind a nice, a thin, savory sauce.
I've been watching so much David Spade on his YouTube channel. Like every night he does his like monologues. Like I didn't even realize like David Spade had a show and was still relevant in the world. But it's quite entertaining to watch him. I was like, man, I forgot how much I actually kind of enjoyed David Spade. Mm-hmm. Kind of.
He's still good.
You still got it.
Yeah, I forgot what his show's called, but now he's doing all remote video. The chicken taco's doing me right.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about it?
What'd you bite into?
My steak taco.
Nice. How was that?
It was doing me right. What? No, it's fantastic. I mean, the green sauce is awfully spicy on the taco. I don't know about that.
Oh, I can't wait to dump the green on my torta. And I'm excited to have the torta because I've never had one from El Rey. I've only had one from other places. So I'm excited to see what El Rey will do with this.
I almost thought you were going to say you never have one. I was like, that's a lie. I know that's a lie.
I got some feedback that there was a lot of chewing on the last episode, and I was like, yeah, because we're doing takeout edition.
Was that good feedback? Like, yeah, you guys have way too much chewing. Or was it like,
I think it was like funny feedback, like it was funny, not like it was bad necessarily.
or was it like one of those like perverts on the internet who's into chewing? It's like, I really like the chewing on that episode.
They were like, you guys should do ASMR of just chewing. And I was like, ugh.
At the end of this episode, we can just take out like just chewing sounds and like put it like, you know, for like an additional 20 minutes.
It'd be funny to replace the chewing, like the normal, like kind of muted chewing with like over the top, like animal chewing. Like,
Yeah.
like when the lions are eating from Tiger King.
Carol Baskin eating my taco.
So did you binge all of it in one night? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I think we did 2 segments. Like we did half and then the other one. But I could not wait to get back to it.
Well, it's one of those things whenever Netflix has their big hot button show at the moment, everybody's talking about it and you're like, what is going on? You know, what's this show about? I mean, I don't even know if I want to watch this. And you watch like the teaser promo thing and you're like, oh, okay, this looks kind of fun.
Yeah.
Their editing style on their on most of their like true like real life thing type reality stuff is amazing. And I think, you know, as you know, Tony and I we dabble in a little bit of like, you know, editing and filmmaking and whatnot sometimes. And
We just dabble.
the way that they always do it is amazing because, like, you know, you're watching one show and then suddenly the last line of the episode is like suddenly it's a different show. You know, it's like, oh, the way that they continue to do that to where, you know, just when the formula is like, okay, I get what's going on here. And then there's always, they always throw in like the big twist at the end of the episode. And suddenly it's like, oh no, now I'm going to watch like the rest of the series with a completely different mindset because of how they did that. And they're really good at knowing how to pace that and when to drop the next revelation.
Okay, this is crazy. I just, not to interrupt the Tiger King talk, we'll get back to that. I opened up my torta, and there's an even spread of asada, which is good across the whole thing. There's the mayo, there's the tomato and lettuce. But then there were like 2 awkward slices of avocado, which I like avocado, but it's funny to have 2 little awkward slices that only would... Like, technically, I need about double what's on there. And that's not necessarily a strike. I'm just saying if I was making it.
Awkward Avocado is my new band name.
That's... Oh, that would be a good name.
Hey, we're awkward. Actually, that'd be better for like a weird company in Blackstone. Like I don't know what Awkward Avocado would have, but it may be like a design company or like a search engine optimization company or something.
I feel like Awkward Avocado, if it was in Blackstone, would be like a yuppie hipster cleaning company.
Yeah.
Like Awkward Avocado. We'll come to your overpriced apartment and clean it up because we know you don't want to.
And we'll charge you a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
Organic, locally sourced cleaning people.
Yeah. First bite of the torta. So lovely.
Burrito and mouth speak for and first bite of the burrito.
This bun is bigger than my head.
It is. We should hold it up to your head so I can photograph it, how big it is.
And this is even after I already bit it, almost.
But you got to hold it up over your head, over your face. There you go. Hey, torta face, you got a torta for a face, right? Mm-hmm. So was it too much chewing, or just like a lot of chewing?
A lot. But like I said, not necessarily in a bad way. This one, that's always my go-to. Not necessarily in a bad way. This one has way more chewing, I can tell, because this is a mouthful. But, you know, the folks are just hanging out with us. What do they have to do?
Right, yeah.
They're either stuck inside or they're out on a walk. Somebody might be out around Memorial Park right now on a walk just listening to us chew. How are you? Did somebody just walk by you and not say hi? That's kind of rude.
Rude.
It's like at least acknowledge the other walker. And I'm not talking about Texas Ranger.
Oh! This burrito bite moment brought to you by NASA. Brought to you by Awkward Avocado.
Titanium alloy. It's what they use on the shuttles.
I don't know if they use titanium alloy on the shuttle, Tony.
Is this literally all going to be us just munching? Oh, wait, we're the Munchie Boys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What else is it going to be? Are we going to should we
The folks have to be patient with us just eating. Oh, there's beans on this.
Oh.
So there's asada, mayo, beans, lettuce, tomato, avocado. Heavenly and scrumptious.
And my asada burrito, I mean, it's asada and beans and rice. I don't think there's cheese on it. I don't know if they do cheese on the regular burritos.
I don't know.
But it's delicious.
I felt kind of bad. I wanted to tip like a little bit, but I couldn't because I used a card. And I was like, damn it. I always feel bad when that's the case, but it's like, hey, if you guys can't do it, sorry.
Well, yeah, I guess that's that. There's always the tip jar. You can just throw your card in the tip jar.
And say, run it.
What's the best thing about, like, reality falling apart is that it's a good excuse not to have your change back. It's like, yeah, you can just keep it. And it's like, but sir, you broke a $100 bill for a $7 burrito. It's like, yeah, I don't want to touch any of that money.
And they're like, oh, are you just trying to be nice, like to help us out? And you're like, no, I just don't want to touch it. The drum throne's moving.
I will say this, though. I do miss, I don't know if did I say this already? I mean, the thing I miss most about society collapsing is burritos from taco trucks. I miss this taste.
Yeah. Maybe we can just talk about Tiger King as we eat.
Yeah.
So I loved it.
All right, here's what
What's your summation?
it harkens back to the old times. Reminds me of the Lion King.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, like, the first thing that weirded me out was when he shot that doll of Carol Baskin, the blow-up doll. I was like, did he literally just shoot that doll, like, inside? The show's just crazy. Like, it literally seems like it's fake. I mean, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem fake, but everything's just so crazy that it seems like it is fake.
And we should probably avoid any crazy spoilers for
no
people.
spoilers.
So no spoilers, except we do know that a blow-up doll was shot. But that could have been in any moment. That was probably actually in the trailer for it.
Yeah. I think it was.
I hope, yeah, I think so. I hope that David Spade pulls through for us and gets an interview with the Tiger King himself.
Yeah. Who did you like? Did you think anybody was likable?
I mean, like as in like romantically, or like as in like that's a cool character?
Let's say both.
Because romantically, absolutely not. But there was a lot of crazy characters. I think I can't remember his name, but David Spade interviewed him. The guy without the legs. He seemed like a pretty genuine character.
Oh yeah.
The husband who was missing the teeth. I mean,
You mean Joe Exotic's husband?
Joe Exotic's husband. Yeah. He was an interesting character. Saf, the person missing the arm. Like everybody was like a genuine character. Some was genuinely insane, but some were just like okay, I could see where this person really cares about tigers and wants to really put up with the rest of this, to be around and help out in this situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, do you remember the guy's name? The bigger guy that, where they were like, he's a walking Chucky doll.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I loved him as a character.
He was your favorite character?
No, I wouldn't say favorite. So with that show, it's weird because I literally like 5 people equally. I just think they're so funny and interesting and weird and crazy.
I wonder if David Spade's going to reach out to the young woman in Ames, Iowa.
Ames, Iowa?
Yeah.
What was that?
Were you not watching the same Tiger King that I was, Tony?
What was the Ames, Iowa?
The gal who was worked with Doc Antilles and at that one wildlife reservation.
Oh yeah, okay. The one that got away from the doc.
Yeah.
Doc Antle.
So about 10 years ago, I'll get a call from one of the rappers that I work with. I won't say his name, Rocky. He's like, hey, they got these tigers at this, well, actually, no, he called them lions. They got these lions at the mall. We can, you got to get your camera ready. We're going to go film them. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they got these baby lions. Like, okay, whatever. So I get my camera ready. He picks me up. We drive out to Fremont, to the Fremont Mall, and they actually had a traveling tiger pet exhibit thing there. They had the cages, and everybody was in line, and you were, basically go in and, play with a little baby tiger for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I got video footage of him playing with this tiger, and we use it in the music video, Coolest Cat. And, some people actually thought he had a pet tiger because I put a post up on Facebook or MySpace or whatever. And I was like, yep, hanging out with Rocky and his pet tiger. And then like a few years later, a guy comes up to me and is like, man, that Rocky guy, does he actually have a pet tiger? I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not?
You just said, yeah. You're like, I can't break the mystique of the rapper.
But I wonder, if it was Joe Exotic's group, because I vaguely remember some of the Carney type people that were behind the whole tiger thing, but that was just crazy. Some guy calling you up and like, hey, they got tigers at the mall. We're gonna go get the tigers at the mall. Or lions is what he's calling them.
And then it genuinely ended up being like that. Oh, I'm gonna grab a paper towel over there. Hold the fort down.
All right, I'm gonna hold the fort. There's Tony with his handmade sanitizer.
First I used the sanitizer, then I used a paper towel.
Oh God, it smells like alcohol. Ah, what are you looking at?
I was looking at a picture of Doc Antle.
Oh, yeah, I've got that giant picture on the wall.
Yeah, how'd you get that poster that's like framed of Doc Antle?
Sign, it's like to Aaron, it's like you're my Tiger King. I've been a member of his fan clubs for I don't know, since day one.
Who knows how long. But yeah, so it's crazy though. Like obviously I loved the show and it was insane. I'm done eating, by the way, and I forgot, dang it, I didn't mention my king bite. But okay, here's the thing. So it was messy. I was eating the torta and it was very messy. Like, not in a bad way necessarily. I always have to give that preface because I don't want people to think I'm like making fun of it. But it was a little messy. So my king bite was actually me grabbing with my hand scraps of like the stuff that dropped down and then jamming that in my throat. And so it wasn't your standard king bite that's like super satisfying. It was almost just like I'm not going to throw away this good meat.
That is no bite for a king, Tony.
It was more like a jester's bite, if you know what I mean. How come now that I have my new sanitizer, I just want to keep using it even though there's nothing else to kill?
You should start drinking it.
That's the short. Oh man, so the torta and the taco, that was for me the perfect amount to not get sick full. It was just like the perfect satisfying amount. I mean, yeah, maybe I'll have a late afternoon snack or something, but it was good. It was great. I would give that a pretty good rating. I haven't had El Rey in quite a while, and that was my first torta from them. It was pretty good, torta-wise. I think my surefire with El Rey is always the tacos, and usually when I go there, I get like 5 tacos, and that's just my surefire. I load up on the tacos. And I think I would go back to that. I like the torta, but I mainly got it just to try to get something different to talk about rather than the same old tacos, but I might return to surefire.
Whereas my surefire is the burrito. Burrito all day long. Burritos over everything.
Ooh. I might have to get that next time, actually, if you're giving it such high regard.
I mean, you know what I always say, Tony, and I always say this.
What?
If we're going to eat-o, give me a burrito.
Oh, until it all spanks out into your Speedo.
Yeah, unfortunately that happens too.
Am I basically a little kid? Because I swear every episode I somehow put a little like reference back to poop. Like somehow I always have to get it back to letting out or something.
So I'm going to do my Jester bite before I do the king bite.
Okay. Because you do have a king bite, but you're going to go with the Jester scoop. Should we call it the Jester scoop? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this is the sound effect you'll hear when you hear the Jester scoop. Now, at this point, the people listening to the podcast have already heard it. What should it be? Should it be like a boing, like a sproing sound, like sproing? Or
the Jester's scoop, I feel like it should be almost like a big sound of like a big shovel of dirt. Because since we're almost like a big scoop with a like mechanical shovel or something. Because it's when we reach our hand down and we grab all the meat and cheese that had fallen.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a sound that's going to translate well to like
to
podcast form. But
what do you think then?
All right. Well, this is going to be kind of my NASA King Bite here.
Oh, here we go.
Or my NASA King Bite moment brought to you by NASA. The North American...
Spelling.
Yeah, the North American Spelling...
Advocates.
And here we go.
King Bite.
Chomp.
Oh. See, you were smart. You did your Jester's scoop before, so... I should have done my Jester scoop and left one huge... You know what I should have done? I should have had taco last. Damn it. See, these things are important, planning the way you're going to eat. I should have kept my taco for last, because that's always the satisfying thing.
You should always keep your taco for last, Tony.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we wrote a song about taco for last.
Taco for last? That's too drastic. Kid, get out of my class.
But before we pick up the keyboards, I'm going to go reach over here and grab this guitar.
Whoa. Ooh, the acoustic?
Sure.
The acoustic. Tune it to a dick. What does that even mean? Maybe like a 5 or 6 inch gleam.
Headphones back in here.
Aaron has the acoustic guitar on his lap.
Acoustic guitar.
On his knee.
Working on something here. You might remember this song from a certain show on Netflix.
Are you going to sing?
No, I'm not going to sing it.
Was it I saw tiger?
And a tiger saw
now
man.
I understand.
Yeah.
I saw
A tiger.
tigers and a tiger somewhere. I just love that you already wanted to learn it. That's epic. Oh man, that's such a good song. That song is a hit. So talking about that, I haven't heard people talk about this much, but he didn't actually sing it, which bummed me out. Because literally, I was like, if there's one redeeming aspect, like I actually weirdly like his voice.
Yeah,
and I was like, does he just have like a pretty good country voice? But it turns out it wasn't him. He hired somebody to do his songs, right?
Yeah. I mean, even the voice is all somebody else.
Did they write it too, or like is he basically just posing like it's him?
He has to have written. I mean, because like the stuff is a little specific, especially the stuff about Carol. That's You're not going to have like some guy that doesn't know anything about you. It's like just write some country songs about this woman who killed her husband. You know,
yeah.
and like,
yeah.
Allegedly.
Like here, kitty and stuff or whatever.
So he had to have written that, but yeah, that was a huge letdown. Not to let that's not a spoiler from the show because they never mentioned it in the show. But
I think like what is the official like spoiler cutoff? Because I feel like everybody's seen it, and if they haven't seen it, they can't necessarily be mad yet about. Well, maybe they can still be mad for another week or so. But
since we're towards the end of the podcast, I'm going to say if you haven't seen Tiger King, pause us right now. Go binge watch the entire series and come back, and you can unpause now. Hey, we're the Munchie Boys Takeout Edition.
The edition in which we take out.
Taken out from Taqueria El Rey. Are we starting over again now?
Oh, man. I think, this is getting me in a songy mood.
A songy mood?
Yeah. Especially now that I'm like satisfied. I munched. We munched. It was great. Sorry for all the chewing, but take out a dishy-on.
Have you been doing any other munching lately? Anything that we're talking about?
Oh yeah, actually, so we already did an episode on Block 16. Me and Whitney went back there yesterday.
Hey.
And I got the block burger. And we shared the crab rangoon fries.
What?
And let's just say it was great. Like, I was completely happy.
Are they more fries or crab rangoon?
I would say it's a good equal amount. There's a bunch of, all the, crab rangoon, filling, the cream cheese and the chives, and then, the sweet sauce and all that. It was good.
Interesting.
It was great. I was picking out, and then Whitney gave me a little bite of her... I think it was what is that called? Chicken Parmesan, I think is what their special was. So I took a bite of that.
What?
And then I gave her a little bite of my burg.
Bite of your burg?
And we did full on curbside. They came out.
Yeah, awesome. So you didn't have to go in and touch the thing with the hand sanitizer and the...
Yep, like we said, they do a totally safe business where they make sure everybody's being careful.
Oh, the chicken parm would be great. I wish I had known that was a thing.
And honestly, food trucks, I mean, you can never be 100% safe unless you're literally just staying home no matter what. But the food trucks kind of cater themselves to being pretty good at social distancing because they're like, here's the stuff, take it out of the window, and then they can wipe their counter if they need to and stuff. So
yeah, that makes sense, except for the sodas and the bin full of whatever outside.
But you didn't get it, so it was like... Okay.
I did not. And I've been kind of not leaving my house with the exception of our Munchie Boys podcast Takeout Edition. And last week I ran out of all of my frozen food supplies.
Oh, shit.
And so I was digging around my cupboard at 3 a.m. It's there's got to be something in here worth eating. And I found this bag of instant mashed potatoes. That was a...
oh, yeah, I saw your picture.
Yeah, that was seriously one of those free Kroger giveaway things from the baker's email.
You should have submitted that picture to Sad Meals. Have you seen Sad Meals on Instagram? You should follow.
I'm aware that it exists, but I haven't.
Let's just say I've definitely had one that got accepted and they posted it.
Yeah. So I ate that, and then my friend was like, "Hey, we're making chicken pot pies. You should order one." And I did.
Ooh.
And so Monday, I drove out in the DeLorean and picked up a chicken pot pie fresh from the oven from her.
Nice.
And that was amazing. A chicken pot pie, a good homemade.
Yeah, there's nothing like
high quality chicken. That's a time machine in itself because you eat half of it, and you're out. You know, I'm I know it's only 1 o'clock in the day, but I'll just... Yeah,
you need
I'm
to
a nap now. And then you wake up.
I'm definitely napping today. I'm a daily napper.
And then you wake up later and you're like, oh, I've got more pot pie left. Oh.
Speaking of napping, I've been hearing other people say this too, but during this whole time of staying in and stuff during the virus, literally everybody's been napping and like snoozing more than they would and eating more than they would. And that reminded me of yesterday after the Block 16, Whitney had to do like some work and stuff. I literally took like a freaking 2.5 or 3 hour nap.
Yeah.
And I was like, what did Block 16 do to me? They made me snooze.
And my schedule's gotten to the point where, like, I mean, I don't have any, like, I don't have to, like, wake up at 9 and go to, like, work or do anything, really. So I'm basically
making
sleep all day long and then, like, work on music and work on Power of Gloves all night long.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's the power of gloves. If you haven't watched it, go watch Aaron's video he made, The Power of Gloves.
Yeah, it's the intro notes sound a little like this. But Friday morning, I like woke up and I was like, oh, it's just one of those things where you wake up and you have this idea in your head and you're like, okay, that's hilarious. Either I can do this real quick and like bang this idea out, or it's going to go in the idea bank with like everything else where like, you know, it'll never actually happen.
It doesn't come to fruition.
So basically my Friday morning was like, all right, well now I got to like record the song. It's like, and I used the JX3P, the Roland JX3P there for the brass synthesizer.
Was that
sounds.
the actual one they used?
I don't know if anybody really knows the actual one they used. I'm going to say
it sounded almost exactly.
No, it sounds identical to it. I'm going to say that was 1985. Would have been recorded in 1984. They probably used on the Oberheim OBXA or something for the actual real thing in the studio. But the Roland JX3P synth brass preset is oh so close. That's the power of gloves.
Are we just gonna? Should we just use that only on the brass today?
We could
for our El Rey song.
We have to reach up and grab it.
Okay.
And look at it's over there on the wall.
I think it'd be funny since you're talking about the brass to just put it on that setting and only use that.
Only use the brass.
We don't have to do that. I just thought it'd be an awkward idea.
You and your ideas, Tony.
I just thought it'd be awkward.
Awkward avocado.
I feel like today is like a zany, like we need a zany song.
Yes, okay. We're Awkward Avocado, Omaha, and anybody else listening, we wrote this song for you. JX3P, preset B, synth brass 1.
We pulled up to El Rey. I said, hey, can I order a torta and a taco today?
And a taco today, yeah.
Aaron ordered his first, then he had a thirst, but didn't want to dig his hand in that cooler.
No way.
And I completely understand. He didn't want to dirty his hand.
Because I didn't have that homemade hand sanitizer.
Like me. Munchie boys, take out a dish, yon.
Hey, that's my line.